Yo, what's up, Laza? All right, what do I need to do here? You know what? In my decision of where I'm going to fish, how much time is left on my current ticket? It's so inefficient to do this. Oh, there's over an hour, chat. Ah. It's like I want to fish Norway. I mean, what is it? So we're talking about 100 silver. We just take one on the chin. I want to finish Norway, but like my choice would be I would rather go try out copper a little bit first. Why does RF4 Discord Norwegian Sea shows up as its own spot sharing category? Is that working as intended? Interesting. Never seen this before. All right, what's the weather at copper? Is that ever good weather? Kush, Leo, Perch Master, my dog, Creets, Tet, Gasinox, welcome back. Good to see you all. Let me finish advertising here and then we'll figure out where we're going. I don't really mean advertising. I mean just letting people know we're online on Discord is what I'm trying to say. I think the reason why I say advertising is because we do it in the channel that I have titled, for better or for worse, self-advertising. All right, here we go. RF4 stream. Stream announcement. Take off the everyone. Okay. Last night I started a 5-hour ticket during a comp and spent 1 hour, then went offline, only to find out later that I actually alt-tabbed. Oh, Perch. That stinks. Crazy Friday, greetings. What's up, Lion? You got a trophy Donich Rough? Yo, grats. That's big time in it. Hello to you, Gamer. Buffs are apparently active. Yo, somebody got, in our chat last night, somebody got a Black Buffalo trophy. Nice to see you, Gamer. WTF. Hello to you. And it was his third ever black buff. Yeah, I saw him say that. I actually was in there fishing just for a few minutes, and it happened to be when he caught that. Okay, so if I go to Discord, not Discord, VK really quick, and I click on copper, I saw somebody posting like basically look like some decent trophies coming out. Now, I did not look super close to see what the bite rate was like of said trophies. So I think it's 67.59 clip 10, and folks are using just, you know, all banana stuff basically. So that's what I was thinking about doing first. And then I guess after that, the question will be, do we go buffs or do we go Norway? Because there might not be time for both. I don't know, maybe we could start with buffs and see how active it is. And you got your first HSV? Nice. I'm trying pike trolling with spoons at Sura and so far 8.1. Oh, that's a good one, WTF. All right, so let's try this copper spot. Let's say goodbye to the efficiency of the Norway ticket because I just want to go try this copper spot. So 67.59 is just right over here, right? Like we're talking this spot. And I'm going to start off at least I'm going to start off at least with the picker setups. What I'm trying to say. So that would be the royal pickers. And if we end up hitting a bunch of, I guess, mirrors or some of the larger carp, then we can always switch to the other setup. All right, so my understanding is that we are just literally going straight corn, banana. Which I love. Excuse me. Sorry about that, chat. I should have muted myself. Which I love because I have so much banana stuff. Like, to be able to fish through some of this is a really encouraging idea. Here's some banana copper stuff. I don't love it. Not terrible, but I don't love it. I'm gonna sneeze again. Maybe I need to take everything out of this room and dust it and clean it. It's been a while, and I'm thinking it might not be a coincidence that I'm starting to sneeze as soon as I come into this room for the first time in like 2 or 3 days. I'm thinking that might actually not be a coincidence. All right. So first time chat from Big Daddy. Big Daddy, greetings. What's the difference between bottom or feeder and picker rods? So bottom and feeder, those are kind of the same thing. Picker rod's a type of bottom rod. So I should back up. The big category is bottom. Feeder rods, in comparison to picker rods traditionally, typically, are a little bit smaller, have more sensitive quiver tips. A little bit better for small to medium fish. Where bottom rods are going to be typically a little stronger, a little more bang for your buck. So if you're new to the game and you're just leveling up, you almost always want to go bottom rods and not picker rods. For me, at least, I think a picker rods is a bit of a luxury item, unless you're just really want to specialize in that kind of thing. Excuse me. All right. The way you just said copper, Tet, does not instill any level of confidence that I'm making the right choice right now by coming to copper, but we're going to at least, we're going to get started for a bit and see how things go. All right. Yo, glorious guy, welcome back. There you go, Big Daddy. They are light, or you could say light bottom rods. I mean, the thing is, when you go to the rod types, at least in this game, it's 2 separate categories. Feeder rods, picker rods. They're all bottom rods, but feeder and picker are the distinctions. I put some pepper on your mic. I can tell, Kush. Picker rods are for flexing on others. Yes. Gotta flex. Totally, Perch. I mean, I don't know if this spot is good at all right now, but if it is good, then yeah, it would be a good spot to telly because it's so close. That's right, Terp. All right, Big Daddy, let me focus on what I'm doing here, and then I'll take a look at what you actually just said. I want to do this pretty simple here. Although I do think I might crush up some small boilie pieces. Wait, aren't there more than this? I thought there was a third. Am I remembering wrong? Hold on. What did this guy use? I thought there was a Oh, he put corn. That's always interesting. Okay, we'll do that. So then I guess my question is, yeah, I just, and then we're of course gonna do banana. But I think I want to crush up something. some really small banana perhaps. So just as I'm saying that, and let me just also like correct myself. It doesn't matter what size boilie you crush. It's all going to be crushed down to the same size. So the only difference is cost. You're actually just losing money. If I crush Sweet Banana 26 over Sweet Banana 10, I'm just losing money. Wait, is that right, chat? Hold on. 14, 25 pieces. Hold on. I might have to correct myself again. 20, 25 pieces. Yes, you're just losing money because you're crushing the same amount of boilies. So you might as well crush from the stack of cheaper boilies. It's going to become the same size. So in this case, I think we will crush the, I think I just want to go banana, not Sweet Banana. Sweet Banana has worked really well at copper in the past, but I'll be fine because I've got that streamer RNG. I see what you got going there, Tet. All right, there's our banana. So here's our mix, right? We're gonna turn this into 10-gram PVA bags. Corn flour, banana, banana, corn, banana, banana. So the only thing about the corn is, if we wanted to do something different, we could go amino. We could crush up more boilie. But we know that corn is a good pretty neutral carb ingredient. So we're gonna just proceed. We're gonna proceed with that. Banana copper. Banana copper. We got a 10 out of 10, do it again. We're gonna go 10-gram bag and we're good to go. Why crush over just putting small boilies in? I think we're just trying to put, I mean, you certainly could do that, Terp, and I don't know that I have like the right answer. My instinct was to think that this is a pretty small carp spot we're going for. Like on average, we're going for pretty small stuff, like F1s and stuff like that. And so my thought is, let's keep the particle size fairly small. And I think what the boilie crusher does is it crushes it down into a size that's a lot smaller than if I just put 10 size 10 boilies in there. Now, I am definitely easily confused and I may be wrong about that, but that's my understanding. So it's, to me, my instinct says it's about the particle size. Yo, what's up, Psycho? How you doing? All right. What do we have these on? Good. We got to sit down. Our this rain is crushing our comfort level. We also want to turn the volume way down so that you guys can hardly hear it. All right, chair is up here somewhere. All right, so we're chilling. We can kind of look this direction so we don't constantly see the words. All right, so let's see what we're first fish here. Is it an F1? It's 723. Nah, it's a little mirror. It's a sub-sized mirror. You just eat a bowl of fish soup. There you go. That's another good option. Is anybody else excited about holiday New Year's fare? Always think about it when I sip and chew on a little Sabitin. It'll be here before we know it, guys. It's all in the game code only one person rather knows. Could you show setup so I'll be able to do picture and copy that? Yes, sure. Let's do it. I'm happy to start a comp if y'all so desire. Yo, Cassavir, first time chatter, ASAP Goldie, greetings, welcome to the stream. Hope they have the same kind of event like last year. The mission is more fun than fishing for presents. I could not agree more. I'm actually would be reasonably excited about either, but I'm going to be more excited about the missions for sure. All right, snap away, chat. You're welcome. And what's on the upper left corner? Wiggling? The very edge of my microphone, it looks like. Good catch. Good catch. I think we have it have it changed now. ASAP, you can relax. There is no more wiggling in the corner of my microphone. Okay, so in case anybody wants to, I will start a little comp just for fun. Let me see what this person caught so we can know what to put in our comp. I think we might just do F1, but I'm not sure. I kind of just want to do the largest F1. Is that okay, chat? Let's just do largest F1. I don't think there's anything else spicy other than lots of like small to mid-size mirror and leather carp that we're going to see that's that exciting. So I really think we're going to do comp and we're just going to do largest F1 fun. All right. So we're going to say maximum weight of the F1 and as many people that want to, we'll go 24 hours. We're going to do 10 silver. Password is going to be MDawg lowercase, MDawg. So just a nice little light fun comp where the winner, according to how many people play, might get 100 silver or something, but we're just looking for that large F1. Yeah, you can join without premium. That's right. Yo, Steve, thank you so much. You're coming up on a total support time frame now of 24 months, 2 years, and it's been 17 months in a row. It's very good to have you, Steve, and I cannot express how much the support means. Thank you. All right. If anybody wants to join, feel free. If you have any questions, let me know. Password is going to be MDawg. And I will go ahead and put that for the next 5 minutes, and then we'll get started. Maybe even before then. Yo, I hear you, Perch. I just don't know that I can stay that long. Not knowing what this spot's going to be like, I do want to either check out Buffaloes or Norway today, and I haven't decided what, so I just don't know I can go that long. There's a forum tournament? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no worries, Nom. You just got a blue tag? Well, whatever you did, do it again and you're going to win. I'm like really hot. So let me go check the AC and then turn my fan on if I need to. I'll be right back, chat. All right, well, yeah, we've already got a bunch of people here. The prize fund is right at 100 silver right now. Only costs 10 silver to jump in if you want to join us. Creator dashboard. Manage stream. Pause stream. Yes, in MK, I can wait 4 minutes. Not a problem. Would you just let me know once you get in MK, so we'll know? I'm in no rush. This is a very chill, cozy afternoon. You know what I mean? All right, let me go back and I wanted to respond to an earlier comment. Let me see if I can get back to it. Well, first of all, Villius says, yesterday Cypher had 2 of the developers, so they kind of admitted this year's missions will be again instead of the old methods of gifts. Oh, okay, nice. Cypher interviewed 2 devs. That is awesome. I'll have to find that. I'll have to find that that VOD. I would love to hear that. Good on you, Cypher. If the comp is total number of 1.5 kilo mirror carp, then y'all don't stand a chance. I am crushing it. All right, Big Daddy says, what rod and reel do you guys suggest for upgrade from starter kit? The 6 kilo one? Wait, you're on the starter kit, the 6 kilo one? Is that what you're saying, Big Daddy? What's... Uh-oh. We found a real mirror carp here. I was thinking Natura 6000 and the Impulse FD 450. Wow. That's so interesting. I mean, I don't know, Big Daddy. It feels like you've had some good thoughts. I don't know that I really can say anything to, just remember there's no like one right answer. So, seems like you've been you've worked through a lot. I mean, for you to come up with that specific seems pretty interesting. So I don't know. I'm curious what other people think, but I am really hot. Let me check my AC real quick. Yo, Perch Master. It's 8 Celsius here today. Man, yeah. What is this? November 10th. And it's just been straight steam here lately. Like, we've been in the 70s, sometimes low 80s. It's awful. He'll upload the conversation to YouTube. Great. You have 3 bottom rods with 6 kilo maximum. So I guess the thing is, what level are you, Big Daddy? Okay, I now feel what you're saying a lot better. Okay, you're level 20. This is what I would say to you. If it was me, because first of all, you can fish for bream. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can fish for with what you have, right? So if it was me, I would still go HSV. HSV, now you don't have to go Fortuna carp rod. You could do middle ground. You're not going to ever be sad if you end up getting 3 sets of HSVs. I wouldn't worry about copper when you're level 20. You're about to hit the part of the game that you start to feel like it's a real slowdown. So it's going to be a while before you're at copper, unless you're doing like Norway trips or something. So if I was you, I would get those HSVs, but you may want to put them on feeder rods instead of the carp rods if you want to maintain some progress towards copper once you do hit 29. That's just my thoughts. But what Perch Master just said is the reason why I'm saying this. You can do so much with those HSVs that just the fact that you can't use them when you get to copper, not that big a deal. Okay, winner gets 100 chafer larvae, thanks to Crazy Friday, by the way. Winner of this comp. You've got a couple minutes left to join. So, did you get in yet? KDM? Is that who it was? Sorry. NMK? Is that who it was? You said, do I have 4 minutes to join? How close are we? Almost there. That's perfect. So what feeder rods? What larva? The winner of this comp, because of Crazy Friday's generosity, is going to get 100 chafer larvas. 100 chafer larvas. Sounds good, Friday. There actually aren't that many choices on the feeder rods because you want it, if you're gonna use it for carp fishing at amber, you want it to be above 31. No, is it 31, Chad, or 36? I'm losing my mind. Okay, NMK's here. Is there any reason why we can't start this comp? Is anybody wanting to join? Are we good? Yeah, WTF. That's probably the recommendation, or those. I just really like those Wingates, but password is MDawg lowercase, MDAWG. I'm going to try to pull up these options. Okay, so first of all, just think about what strength you want to have. So in this case, for carp fishing, you're not going to ever be able to do more than 36, okay? So if you want to max it out, 36 is as strong as you'll ever need for carp fishing specifically. So I'm just giving you like a point of reference with that. We're talking about rods that are feeder rods. So here is the Wingate. If you go down to 130, you've got 33.7. So it's not quite 36, but it is, you could go 31. You could max out at 31, right? Hold on, chat. Am I just going crazy? Yeah, that's the thing with carp rods. They're just stronger. Okay, but I still think, I don't know, chat. What do y'all think? Do you just go Fortuna carp rods so you can max out at amber and stuff, or is 31 okay? There isn't really an option. I think you're just going, so I guess the answer is probably these Wingates, unless you want to go carp rods. But just remember, when you're talking about setting up your carp rod, you're going to be maxing out at 31. So like when you get lead cores and stuff, you're going to get these 31.7. Your leader, your lead core, it's going to be 31.7. So not quite maxing out, but you can catch any carp in the game with that. So I don't know. This is why the answers are never easy. There's a lot of ways to think about it. If it was me, I'd probably still go Fortuna carp rods and Caliber HSVs to get you started. It's so versatile. You can catch so many different fish in the game, bottom fishing and spin fishing. And it's relatively inexpensive. And so by the time you're actually at copper, you've probably got plenty of silver to get you a copper appropriate setup. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's up to you, though. Casimir says Fortuna's only choice. All right. We're about to start. Good luck. Have fun, everybody. Let's see. If we start right now, we'll be finishing at about 1:20 in the morning. It's kind of an awkward time, but we'll do it. Hope everybody enjoys the comp. Yeah, that's right, Glorious. That is correct. I agree with that. That's a good point, Atman. Unless you just know what you want to like specialize in already, the HSV leaves a lot of options open. Bonus prize in mail. All right, so what are we doing? Second place or something? Okay, first trophy, first F1 trophy, no matter who catches it, gets a 5-day ticket, thanks to Vinicus, to the Norwegian Sea. That's pretty sick, Turpentine. Thank you very much. That's pretty sick. So first trophy caught in the comp. Obviously, it has to be an F1 because that's the only thing that's going to show up. First F1 trophy, if there is one, gets the ticket. If there's no trophy, I'll send it back to you, Turpentine. We'll do it again another time, something like that. How many people we have here? There's probably going to be a trophy. Look how many people we've got here. But just save it for next time. Okay, I'll just not take it out of my message, and hopefully that'll help me remember. How about Natura 6000? Yeah, I mean, in terms of something to use at Copper, and it's also versatile for some other things, I agree with that, Crazy Friday. I just think the HSV is way more flexible even than that. So I would still, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. It's good to think about. Yo, when was that in MK? We had a huge giveaway last weekend. Were you a part of that on donating that stuff? We had those 5 rods and we had a really nice reel. Is this a mirror? I can't tell. Yeah. And we had a nice reel. Yeah, the biggest difference. I mean, not only the mech weight might be different, but also the spool size. Purple rod and some other stuff. Yeah. Like 2 months ago? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure then. It's been a while. We did give everything away though. The problem is the volume of messages and stuff I get. It's hard to go back and find stuff if I've already pulled it out of my inventory. All right, if this is an F1, then I win the ticket. Wait, am I eligible to win the ticket? We should have set up these parameters in advance. By the way, this is not an F1, so don't worry about it. It's a little bit of a mirror carp farm right now, isn't it? You got 4 gibbles? You're on bananas? Have I had any gibbles yet? Yeah, I've had one. Because there were some gibble trophies caught here for sure on this setup. Oh, it's another 1.5 kilo mirror carp. The excitement is killing me. No, I did not put. I put regular banana. I did not put sweet this time. You were fully engaged for your net full of gibbles. Fully engaged. Has anybody played a little game called Enshrouded? By the way, I have to admit that I noticed that there were a lot of people playing Enshrouded, and I kind of looked at it and I was like, "Oh, that game looks good." I don't think I've really ever looked closely at Enshrouded. I've heard of it. It's been out for a bit, but that game looks really good to me. It's a fun game. I mean, it looks like a very fun game. No way. The Natura 6000 has a bigger mech? Will I stand? Literally stand. Corrected. A little puzzle like good fights and builds. You're waiting for full release. I'm tired of early access. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I just kind of think I want to try it, but the sad news is I just started playing Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, which I know they're very different games, but they both have like building and a little bit of like survivalness to it. So it kind of feels like the same sort of itch. And I'm really enjoying the Moria, Return to Moria, but I'm kind of wanting to try that in Shrouded now too. We'll see. Oh, there it is. All right, Nom Nom gets the ticket. Congrats. So you get the ticket, and you may end up getting the win. There's the first trophy of the comp. Ticket. Now I got to make sure it is a 5-day. All right. Congrats. All right, cool. Yes, you still care about the spool size, Big Daddy. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the ultimate factor that you always consider, but I would say it's an important one. If you are bottom fishing, especially, you're going to hit some big fish. They're going to take line. And according to what map you're on, it can be difficult to slow them down or to get that line back for a while. So sometimes it's the difference in landing the blue trophy versus waving at the blue trophy. Yeah, so that was Turpentine Vinicus who donated that ticket for you, Nom. Enjoy. I mean, it's been middle of the night. F1s aren't super active in middle of the night. I think it's still. I think we'll see some more F1s come in during daytime, especially like that early afternoon time. We'll see. Yeah. So right now, what we've got. So I missed it. Triku, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. ASAP, thank you for the follow from a couple days ago. Same to you, Borzinek, whether you're here now or not. Thank you for the follows recently, guys. So here's the top three. We've got Nam Jack in spots 1, 2, and then myself in 3. So far, some decent F1s, but just the one trophy. You're in the middle of eating pizza. Hey, that's what I had for lunch. Look at these. Nice F1. Nice F1. This means it's going to be pretty decent silver, right? Just enough F1s to make this a pretty good silver hour. And by the way, guys, no prize, unfortunately, for lurk bait today. I'll try to remember next time I stream to come up with a plan for the lurk bait winner. But there will not be an actual prize today. And I'm not even sure, if I'm being honest, I don't remember if I reset it at the end of last stream. So some people might be at an unfair advantage anyway. Yo, that's the first time we've ever seen the bony tail chub. That is a one of the new fish that came in with the Halloween update. Uh, the diamond was from last time, right? I don't think I reset it. Could be wrong though. I don't think I did. Oh, a common carp. I think that's the first common I've seen here. Whoa, more gummy worms. That looks tasty. Yeah, diamond was the last time. Yeah, so no reset. So again, another reason for no prize. No lurk bait prize today. Just good old fun. How big is y'all's leaders in the comp? You've only had F1s and mirrors. Let's see. I'm using these 18.1 liters, but they do have some wear on them. It's actually a good reminder. I need to replace lead core and leader. Not line yet, but lead core and leader probably should be replaced sometime soon. Is this spot active without PVA? I have no idea. I have no idea. I would say that I would be suspicious of doing too good at this spot if you don't have some way to feed the water. T-Smoker. Well, exactly. I mean, that's why I'm using 18.1. Nope, that's not why. I don't know why I'm using 18.1. I'm using 18.1 for good bite rate. No, I don't know. You have spod? Oh, I would totally do it with spod. If it was me, I would feel very comfortable fishing in this spot with spod. So am I having a better bite rate? Now, I've fished here longer than you have if you just started when the comp started. So the water's been fed pretty good. But besides that, there shouldn't be too much of a difference, right? Oh, is there an achievement the first time you use a spod rod? Interesting. That's an expensive achievement, isn't it? It is a good bite rate though, isn't it? What are we talking about? 28 minutes, 32 fish. We're getting more than a fish a minute. Most of the things do. I guess that's true, because if you look at your, where is the achievements under? Is it statistics? Yeah. There's so many of them. Okay. A lot of the achievements I don't have look like it has to do with fishing. Fishing and drying. Sorry, not fishing. It's not funny, chat. Cooking. Cooking and drying. Wait, I've never caught a fish with a Carolina rig, chat? Come on. That's not true. When did that achievement come out? They're just making stuff up on my account. I've used the Carolina rig. I'm at 89, 146. Ooh. What is this, a salmon or something? I think I've hooked into a salmon. That head nod. Jerky jerk. Who released a salmon in copper? Who did it? It's just a mirror carp. No, really? I didn't know that, WTF. Salmon carp? Huh. That doesn't sound invasive at all. Just kidding, I have no idea. Someone threw a wild carp into copper. Exactly. That's true. Wild carp will go for a ride with you, won't they? Grass carp and wild carp. Come on, be an F1. This would have been a really nice F1. F10,000. Yeah. That was a NASCAR. That's true, Terp. 30 kilo wild carp on a gold 80. Yeah, there are loads of mirrors. That's right. That is correct. Mirrors at Sura. Interesting. Maybe we could take the mirror carp that are at Mosquito and transfer them to Sura. I wouldn't mind that. Another common. Oh, sorry, you said that's a different thing. There are no grass carpet mirror at Mosquito. I mean, sometimes I wish there was grass carpet Sura. Did I say it right and my brain just thought it wrong, or did I also say it wrong? Who knows? But either way, grass carpet Sura. Okay, interesting. Mirror carp is dangerous because of reflective nature. Hmm. Yeah. It's a source of shame, really, Perch. You've got to be careful with your cycle of shame. You spend too much time with mirror carp. It was all wrong? Yes, true. It was all wrong. Uh, what have we done? All right. I'm expecting about 10 a.m. these F1s start coming in again. Well, some of y'all are still catching them. I haven't had one for a minute. Do mirror carp like the rain? Yo, Nom, you had 2 trophies this comp? Wow. Trophy F1 and Trophy Gibble, huh? I love these. Like, as long as your F1s are about 2 kilos, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice, right? Y'all see this koi post from about 2 hours ago? This makes me want to only fish at copper today if this is legit. If we go down there and it seems legit. Now it's going to be obviously slower than this, but it looks like it's tuna, tuna, tuna to me. Tuna, tuna, tuna. Is that what they're fishing with? I need to check this out. Hold on, let me do a little translation here. Uh-oh. Did that not work? Oh, there we go. All right, let's see if it translates this okay. It's a pretty big image, but we're going to try it. It's translation, translation, translation. All right, tuna, 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 lots of tuna. I don't know what the bottom supplement is because it translated to burning bee. Any ideas on what burning bee is? I'm really tempted to go try that though. Reminds me of that one time recently I was bait fishing for pike. Oh, that is weird. Should be tuna oil. Okay. Spices 6. Have y'all tried this? Has anybody tried this? Like just to see how slow it is? I'm thinking about going and trying it after this comp is over. It is a 6, so I bet it is spices 6. Thank you, Glorious. It's really slow for you. Okay, interesting. Maybe it's not worth it then. Without PVA, it's really slow? Oh yeah, for sure. A koi spot, it's already going to be slow. Without PVA sounds like torture. I think it just depends on, by the time the comp is over, if I'm just wanting to continue to chill with bottom fishing, our choices are trying that koi spot, which we could just try it, and if it's torture, we move on, or trying the buffalo. If we want to do more active fishing, we could go to Norway, obviously. Yeah, there you go, Terp. I'm actually using a 10 clip here, T-Smoker. So what are we at? Am I not an hour yet? No, I'm only at 37 minutes. Are you freaking kidding me? It feels like it's been forever. And I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily, but it does literally feel like I've been fishing this spot forever. So we're going to go ahead and turn in this common carp order. Easy F1 order. Be 66. So that's 66 plus how much was... Okay, so that's 100 silver. If you catch some small gibbles, you might be up for this one too. You got a rare one? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm already at 388, 400. I'm at almost 500 silver with the cafe in 38 minutes. It's pretty good. Pretty good considering how many mirror carp we've had, right? Imagine what Nom's at with a trophy. A couple trophies. Yeah, I don't know, Perch. I mean, you can see my exact setup, right? Like, I always use large 1 hooks for the most part at Copper. If it was me, I would at least try leader and line size adjustments just to make sure. My suspicion is that that will not make much of a difference, but I would try it. Stuff like, you know, are you using 60 length leaders? I mean, make sure you're using like the sort of normal stuff, but 225 in the first 20, 36 liters S1 hooks. Okay. Yo, what's up, Gizmo? Now, that is one thing, Perch. I know it seems like a small difference, but if you're using float even just on one, that's gonna slow you down. But maybe you've been doing 3 feeders and now just switching to float. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just feel like Enshrouded looks very cool. Haven't been around for the past few months. Anything new in the game? It depends on how many months it is, Gizmo. It's good to see you again, by the way. I think the last new thing... Oh, that sounds good, my dog. I think the last, like, new content was probably when they added sort of their second route of, or round of new fish into Norway. I feel like. Oh, I'm forgetting about copper. Yeah, don't mind me. You fished copper. That's the most recent thing. There's been no new content since copper. Yo, how is Enshrouded? I'm surprised. So I see so many people playing Enshrouded. I'm actually surprised it's not on the top sellers list. At least not the top 10. Hmm. Now I've got a fish on. Yeah, Terp. I Enshrouded's a bit niche. Okay. Okay. Yo, just now, Crazy Friday? I would love to know the info. If it seems like a good time to go for it. Ooh, that's almost 3 kilos on that one. We're gonna run out of PVA soon. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't unmute. Um, yeah, I bounced off Throne and Liberty, to be honest. What's up, Dorsey? I really want to go for that Friday. How long did you have to fish for it? Where were you fishing at? Like 34? No, probably deep, right? Deeper. 80. What size hook, if you don't mind me asking, and where were you fishing at? 120 E8. Fire Gummy 8008. I'm just gonna buy one of them and throw it on there. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to try it. It's working a little bit. It's working, you know? All right, 8008. Wait a minute. I just bought one, right? Did I really buy the wrong one? It's the fire gummy though, Perch, not the gummy mac. Congrats on 34, newbie. Um, is it gonna let me return it? I've never used it. Will it let me return it? Yes. All right, that's my first like plus 1 kilo gibble. All right. So we have no PVA. Oh yeah, C unlocked. Grats, that is awesome. All right, so 8008. I don't know. I'm assuming you probably want to put like maybe red on one. You could do white on one, or you could do like a red fire stick. You could do a red tube. And then maybe a red bead. Yo, that sounds great. In the official? Okay, that sounds good. I don't know. Maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll try it. So not a second trophy yet, huh? Yeah, the net would be helpful. So you're gonna put it under trophies, I'm assuming. I'll go look. Just let me know when it's up. Oh man. All right, I'll go check it out. All right, RF4 trophies. Here it is. For what it's worth, you're using a huge 181 kilo leader. Now, was that necessary for anything you caught? No, but also didn't hurt you, it looks like. Okay, so fairly slow bite rate is what I'm seeing by looking at this, right? I mean, also just takes time to get it up and down from that deep, right? That is very cool though. Grats on that trophy. Oh, really? All others were super gummy. Because you were also using the 8008. Hmm. Interesting. Maybe it is worth having one set up with that on there. Just for a little diversity. Um, I'm going to switch this one to this. And then I'm going to switch this one to this. And do I already have the 8008? Yeah. I'll do the 808 on the bottom. Like that. What's up, Z-Ray? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. I don't have a good fishing hat. It's a good question, though. 77 Halley. Ooh, on the gummy? You're grinding perch for silver. I love it. That's a strat that I've never used, but sounds cool. Hey, it's a mirror carp. Same setup. All right, so maybe I should go big stuff then, huh? What's the Venga mech weight? The Venga 10,000, not the conventional. I was gonna use the Venga just for the how fast it reels. All right, I think I'm gonna go 99, so I can't do. I think I'm gonna use up this stack, at least on one or two. I don't know. So I could just take a chance that I'm not gonna catch that big of a Halley, I guess. Or I can use something much bigger. I mean, I'm already going 91. That's not bad. But you don't want to catch a huge Halley on that. Oh, that's cool, MDawg. That's fun. Some fun fishing. Will I run a comp on Norway? Hey, it's a leather. I think this is like Have we had another leather carp on this spot? Oh, that's the first one. I figured that they were at least possible, but it looked like the person who put this spot up had caught one leather too, so. I don't know about comp on Norway, because I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure if I'm even going to do Norway on stream. I might. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next. What are we even, how long have we been doing this? An hour and 14? Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. What makes this game Russian? Welcome to the stream, Drubius. This game is called Russian Fishing 4. The developers of this game, at least the original developers, are Russian. I think it has since spread out a little bit, but this was a very niche game. Before Russian Fishing 4 actually was Russian Fishing 3. And it's just grown in popularity over time as they have expanded the game to include more and more maps and features, and it's just gotten bigger and bigger. So the name of the game now does feel a little outdated, and given our moment in history, it also can be a little troublesome for some, I guess. But that's the explanation of why it's called Russian Fishing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's because of where it comes from. I don't know. That's, again, I'm not sure the name feels like 100% relevant at this point, but that's right, Big Drock. It was a very different game. Russian Fishing 3 to me seems like an awesome game. It just never got the English translation. And of course, it is fun because the big change is in Russian Fishing 4, we've moved to like 3D versus 2D. They're planning some good stuff. Don't know if you heard about the stream. No, I have not, Dorsey. I mean, someone just earlier today in my stream said that Cypher had some developers um, talking about the game, but I hadn't heard any details. Reworks of old maps, rework of chat to include catches new fish on old maps. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So, what is completely missing in that list, Dorsey? And I'm wondering if this is intentional. Um, they taking a break on new maps, which, you know, I guess I'm okay with that. It just that's one of those like expectations things. If the expectation should be we're going to take a year off from new maps or something, like that's something to wrap our minds around. Yo, that's awesome. Levo and Joe were on. That's amazing. I hate that I missed that, and I hope that Cypher will update that to upload that to YouTube. I'd love to listen to it. Okay, I'll check it out when it's available, Dorsey. My understanding is that it will be eventually. Oh, that's awesome, Dorsey. That's really cool. That sounds like that was a fun time. All right, Mirror Carp. Okay, cool. Sounds fun though. Uh-oh. Chat? Um, Wait, where's that ticket? Did we say first trophy? I think we meant to say best trophy. Didn't we mean to say best trophy, chat? Can't remember. I'll be right back, chat. Thank you, thank you. All right, I think we're gonna catch a fish, chat. Another F1. Ooh, another nice F1. Again, just like 2+ kilo, and you're pretty excited. If another trophy's going to come in for someone, it probably needs to be pretty soon, because the comp is going to push into the overnight hours at the end here. Oh, wow. That's big. Okay. You had something big on, it sounds like. All right, yeah, we're at well over 1,000 silver. Are we at an hour now? Yeah, we're at an hour. So over 1,000 silver, but because of the trophy. Without the trophy, under 1,000 silver, but still a very good hour at copper. Either way. Really hope I didn't do that too soon. Okay, we're good. It's like so deceptive when you're catching so many like 3 kilo mirror carp, which you can just tell like, oh, if this is an F1, this is a good one, you know, and then it's a mirror carp. It's like, there was a post about this. Where did I see this post? I think it was under trophy, regular regular Discord, RF4 Discord trophies. But it's very basic. It's just, 10 kilo, 10 clip, everything banana, corn, size 1 hooks. To be fair, chat, like, not everyone has had the same bite rate I have. I mean, I've just had a really good bite rate. So, I'm not saying you'll definitely have the same experience, but for me, it's been really good. I don't know about that, Guros, because I've been pretty out of touch this week with how busy work has been, but it's like the first post I saw on Copper that looked pretty solid today, so. So you've only, okay, so there's a warning to the wise, or however you say that. Nam has caught 2 trophies, one F1, one Gibble, and in this 22 hours of comp time, he's only made 400 silver. Dead Hedge, another good example, 69 tag fish, just over 700 silver. I'm at 86 fish, but it's longer. I fished here about, 15 minutes before we started the comp. Banana or spice is working great here. There you go. I gotta get my 670. Nice. I gotta get my TV set up right for football. Just to have on in the background. Banana amino. Okay, nice. Yeah, so mine was banana and corn in my PVA here. Copper just wants a hook in the water. Yeah. Well, I love it when bucket spot's working like this, honestly. Because no matter what else is working, and look at these dinks starting to come in. That's a little weird. Just in the last little bit, I've had a couple of dinks. But, because no matter what else you find on copper, if you can kind of rotate bucket spot, it just is such a good rotation. You're getting 150 an hour? Yeah, copper and Norway are just different beasts, aren't they? All right, we've got 33 minutes left in the comp. Is this another leather? Wow. That's cool. Hey, grats, Dorsey. That's awesome. Yo, Javon, greetings. Um, so 2 trophies in this comp. Heck yeah, Tet. That's the decision point. Do we do silver or not? Am I gonna win or not? Just kidding. Oh, nice, Javon. I will accept those results. Yo, what's up? We fish cod in UK. Nice. Certainly have some cod in this game. Isn't that what a lot of fish and chips are use cod, right? Isn't that one of the fish and chip recipes that's often used? All right, I gotta Oh, I win 100 chafers. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Are you okay if I take them? Or do you mean to send them to second place? I don't care. I usually like say something about that beforehand. Up to you. Who was second place? Who was the other person? Oh, but they got the ticket. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do, Crazy Friday? I'm gonna just save it. I'm gonna just save it for the next comp we do. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna save it for the next comp. So that'll be a cool prize for whatever next comp we do. Give somebody 100 chafers. Yeah. All right. I really think I'll probably at least go try the redfish for a little while. But first, I think we at least need to throw in. All right, where did I see this spot? Yeah, we need to throw in the tuna stuff to try for the koi, you know. I just want to see what the bite rate's like, honestly. All right, so this is actually gonna be a classic hair rig, and though a lot of people don't do this these days, I am gonna switch to the WG. Let's see if this one is worn down. It is the WG hook, and I think this is pellet boilie. And it should all be tuna. This is going to be tuna 16, not banana. Tuna 14, tuna oil, yeah, that's close, but not exactly. So I think I'll, good grief, somebody hit the jackpot. Jackpot, anyone? A blue whale, huh? Okay, let me get all these set up really quick. And make the PVA, and we'll at least go try this. Alright, I should be able to get this going a little faster now that I know what we're... Wait, it should be... Yeah, I guess so. Tuna 16. Doesn't this kind of setup make you at least want to try Snowman? Do like pellets with the pop-up? I just don't know that I'm going to be here. Like, I want to get the real result, the real bite rate feel. So I don't want to screw around with it too much, but like that's where my brain goes right now, is like, we should try a Snowman on one and go pellets with pop-up. Alright, so now I need to see about this PVA. We are doing, this is going to be copper tuna. And we should have 4, 8, 12. And just because it's a little spicy, we're going to put some burning 6 in there. Uh-oh. Is it spicy or spice? Might be spicy, or I don't have any. Oh, it's spicy. All right, spicy 6. Spicy 6. It's got to be this, right? I think it's got to be that. And then, of course, this is the tuna. Let's just make sure that that's the... So far, there should not be any spice. Okay. And then spicy, if we're trying to go for 6, it's really only this one. Okay. And we are at, oof, clip 30, huh? All right, we'll see. We are at 37, 32, clip 30. Let's go. Super slow, you move to 37, 32. Oh, I'm going 37, 32 for sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Although I haven't tried it at bucket, I want to do some places do pollock as well, cod and haddock. Some places do pollock. Okay, cool. Well, if we've got that covered. Like, we could have a weekly fish and chips order where you have to catch so much cod, haddock, and pollock. That'd be pretty cool. Yo, Inazoom's nice mirror carp. Oh wait, where am I? 3732. And typically we're aiming like towards the end over here, so I think that's what we'll try. Kind of like this. And all the way up to clip 30. I'm gonna keep my my little fellas out as long as it can handle the weight. I think it will be able to, yeah. Okay. Not the right one. Is there a way to sort? Okay, like imagine y'all, maybe y'all already know this, and maybe there's a way to do this. Imagine you pull up the PVA. What if there was a way to sort by how recently you made it? Because how often are we just trying to put the PVA on that we just made seconds ago? You can tell that middle rod went for like a clip of, I don't know, 22 or something. You got a branch, classic North American fishing. So true. That is so true. That's why Gustav dates them. Well, I often date them too, but what are you saying? If you look up PVA, if you've dated them, you can just search by date. Is that, I mean, I often I have dates on mine as well, but I just don't end up, unfortunately, I don't always remember to do. I mean, look at how many of these have dates on them. So for a while there, I always dated them. And then I guess like what you're saying, you could just search for maybe 24, or if you did 2024, you could search for that, and only those would. I don't know. I just think it would be so easy to like come up the most recent one you made, like order of freshness or order of like recency when it was crafted. But it's whatever. It's fine. I just copy and paste. I just whatever. It works good. It'll be all right. It's just an idea. All right, we just went from like the craziest bite rate ever. Now we're gonna slow it down a little bit. Now we're gonna just slow it down a little bit here, probably. I'm a turtle. Thanks for the follow. Supplies 132. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Treco, if I missed you, thank you for the follow. I think I got you back an hour ago, but. Let's see, what was that other thing I was looking at? That other thing I was looking at was called. Clan folk. All right, chat. Let's see what this first fish is. We're hoping to mostly get koi. Like, we're hoping to catch koi at a decent percentage in this spot, I think. So let's see what this first fish looks like. It actually looks like a barbel to me. So not a koi at all, but is an interesting fish. 2.7 kilo barbel that we... Boy, a 10 meter clip versus a 30 meter clip. Big difference, huh? Feels very different. Barbel are active at this spot. Nice. 3732 is Barbel trophy spot as far as I know. Is that a trophy card here? Okay, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. Small chance of that, maybe? You got a 6 kilo here, Dorsey? Well, and unfortunately, we are using kind of smaller baits. But, yo, there's an F1 trophy for Tet, by the way. So, trophy chances might be a little less. Where are you? I'm down here at... You're talking to me, Fatal. I'm down here. $67, $59. I mean, there's big fish. I don't know about trophy. Probably could. Probably could. What was the... I mean, the largest mirror I had during this little session was 17. So, I mean, it seems like it's possible. Oh, is that where you were? I saw you get that trophy mirror, so that's actually where you were. Okay, there you go. Oh, nice, Tet. Yeah, maybe that's a good... Even if your first hour isn't off the chart, like, it's a good spot, just stick with it kind of attitude. So they're... Are y'all still doing banana at bucket? Yeah. And I just had a really good hour, Fatal, if you weren't here yet. I had a really good hour at bucket on banana. Trophy F1 and overall just really solid bite rate. All right. Is this another barbel? Or did we catch our first orangey? That kind of looked like a small koi to me as it was flashing in the water. Yeah. Oh, it's not even an orangey. It's one of the other ones. Nice. A kohaku. We'll take a kohaku. All right, we're going to give it a couple more minutes, and then I will recast that second line, because remember, we only cast that probably like 22 meters, something like that. We did not get the full swing out of it. Trying to get 10K silver by the end of today. Oh, nice, Dorsey. Yeah, you're within striking distance. That bucket spot on banana, I'd spend a couple hours there just to see where that puts you, unless you're wanting to do Norway, of course. Yeah, so I used banana. So my PVA involved banana, corn feed pellets. So banana feed pellets, corn feed pellets, and then I crushed up a little bit of banana um, for the fourth ingredient. But besides, so the corn feed pellets 6, I think, and then besides that, everything else was banana flavored. Yeah, that would be another good option. What Dorsey's saying, if you want to lean into the corn even a little heavier, is doing 2 banana feed pellets and 2 corn feed pellets. All right, so we are what, 3 fish in? Common barbel, kohaku, F1 on the tuna setup. We'll do this a little longer, and then we'll see about maybe going to Norway for a bit. I wouldn't mind going just sort of as the last thing we do today, perhaps, to go sit at 120 and just see if we can't just get a feel for the bite rate, the chance of doing what Crazy Friday did. Crazy, if you're still here, by the way, did you just let it sit in the bottom? Is that kind of what you were doing? Were you trolling? Were you ever bumping it up and down, or just kind of letting it sit there? I'm guessing with Paternoster, you probably just pretty much let it sit there. It's one of those situations, though, a little windy weather might help move it around a bit more. You just set it at the bottom. Okay, that's my favorite kind of fishing. Tomorrow's 8.1. At least that give it a little extra movement, maybe. Only a few times with perk. Yeah, that makes sense. I was just sitting here thinking about how slow it probably is going to be here in the later parts of the afternoons. I might not sit this one out. I mean, I might just go ahead and we'll see what this is. Maybe we'll give it another couple minutes, but I'm not going to sit here too long. This is probably a off stream spot more than anything with how slow the bite rate is. Plus the baits we're using are pretty small, so it's not like we're going to be getting huge fish anyway. AFK spot, yeah, for sure. What the? He's so small you can't hardly see the markings, but that is a cool looking koi. That little Narumi. So there's some nice fish here. There's some nice species of fish here, but 10.5K XP for the non-marker Narumi. Imagine catching that at level 1. All right. Bigger hook? I don't know. Unfortunately, Gross, I think that you probably have to just suffer through a smaller than average size to maintain a decent bite rate and occasionally get the size that you want. I doubt trophy size koi are going to come out of this spot with this setup very much. It'll be a tiny, tiny percentage chance, but it's just fun to see the koi, so I don't know. All right, let's we got 4 fish. Okay. Let's do it to it, y'all. Let's just go give this a try. See what the bite rate feels like for me. Bottom fishing. So 1111 silver. Yeah, that Kohaku is 55 silver. Wait, really? I have free travel to both of these. Same exact silver. It's equal. Not more, not less. It's equal. We can double check Cafe, but I had already looked at it, so I was pretty sure. That was some good silver, though. Oldberg fish at winding. Yeah. That's because of the direction you're going. You want to go... Yeah, typically the higher level maps give you slightly better silver, but it's usually not enough to justify travel cost. So it's interesting when you've got free travel because of a house or whatever, but if you don't have free travel, then it's typically not worth the trouble. All right, we're going to do a 2-day ticket because it's possible I may do this for an hour plus, or maybe I'll do something else, but it's also possible that we'll finish. We'll just kind of see how it's going. But yeah, if you have old berg fish and then you take them back to winding, that makes sense. That is going to be a little less tet. Again, it's usually not ever a huge difference, but if you had gone the other direction, I think if you had taken your winding fish to Old Berg, it might have been slightly better. So if you know you're traveling to Old Berg anyway, it could be worth holding on to them, but that's my understanding at least. I just don't think it's ever enough to really sweat it too much, but teammates are scoring the Falcons here. Go get him. Yeah, that's right, Tet. Not a big deal. But worth double checking because it was a good net, so you don't want to cheat yourself. I'm gonna have to call the sub out here. It's going well, Yubica, except I just realized I did not change my glasses. Well, let me go do that, but let me wait till the boat stops because we're gonna have to call out the sub. So let's get it slowing down here. I'll be right back. How are you doing, Yubica? I used 10 Fatal. Oh, wow, Crazy Friday. That's the other thing we could do is we could throw Lugworm or Neresis, one of them, on one of our hooks here too, but let's see how it goes with straight straight gummy eel and gummy mac for now. All right, is this what we want? You didn't catch any redfish? See, when I used them in a different spot though, I would occasionally get a redfish. It didn't feel like a ton, but it did feel like occasional. Can I do 1,000 and still be okay on weight? Yeah. Okay, cool. Get that sucker down there as fast as we can. Might be smarter for us to move to our big setup, but I don't know. For now, we're going to try this. We're going to try this for a little bit. All right. So here we are, sitting in the bottom. Let's see how things go here. I'm going to try not moving it at all at first, just to see if we get, if we have to wait a long time. This is a good time for this test too, because it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. What's the bite rate going to be like? Yo, Big Drock, hitting those kohakus. I see you. Nice catch. And why are you doing classic bottom? Is there something you're trying to catch, or just to have fun with it? You need a certain amount of trophies or something? Yeah, I can't remember what that challenge is, to be honest, but I'll look. Classic bottom. You remember what time of day you caught your redfish? I don't really actually know if there's times that they're more active or not. Third one at stage 4. Okay. 20 types of fish using the marine bottom rig. I need 3 more, and I've already got blueling. Yikes. Oh, nice, Royal. That's awesome. You have to have a trophy halibut? Oof. Either one, huh? At least you can use anything. One thirty a.m. Having a hard time, at least in this exact spot, keeping it in the bottom. Did she keep saying the same thing? Oh, I didn't. I can't hear it because I got my earbuds in. I'll turn it down. Um. All right, so this seems very slow. At least this time of day. We'll see. Uh, oh, this might be too slow for me. Oh, there we go. Finally a bite. All right, let's see what this is. Part of it will be like how slow it is, and then when we do get a bite, how often is it something that we really don't want to be waiting that long for. But let's see what this is. Yeah, Gizmo, I 100% agree with you. That would be amazing. Wait, were you doing this, Yubica, or something else? That's great. Whatever you were doing, that is great. Haddock? Well, and I could be wrong, but I feel like this is probably going to be the slowest time of day. So if I can make it through this time of day, there'll probably be times where it's like a little better. All right, Yubica, I'll check it out. Yeah, I think that's definitely on the like the wish list for me, Gizmo, being able to do something like that. And I think it would be fine, completely cool with me, if unlike regular bottom fishing where we have 3 rods, that in this you can only have 2. And I'm even thinking like I guess anything would be better than the way it is now in terms of additional rods. So I was thinking like what if there's only one rod stand. So I think in Fisher Online you can actually change from the one you're holding to the rod stand. You can change them back and forth. But if I'm remembering correctly here in RF4, if you've only got, like you can't put the rod you're holding into the rod, switch it out with the rod stand that's in front of you, if that makes sense. So if there was only one rod stand on the boat and if you could use it, whatever you were fishing for, you'd actually have to pull it all the way in. Let's say you were like perking at 40 meters, like what you're saying. You'd have to pull it all the way in and put it away to then pick up the rod stand, the one that's on the rod stand. But even that, I think, would be really cool. Oh, nice, gross. This could be a redfish based on the size, I would say. May not be, but it could be a small redfish. Yeah, I think it is. This is what we're wanting. We just want a trophy. Let's see what he bid on real quick, and then we'll keep fishing. All right, he went for the 8008, the Gummy Mac, not the Fire, but the haddock went on the Fire. Fishing Planet did a decent job with sea fishing. You're pilkering on the red lurker. Oh, nice, gross. Okay, gotcha. You'll probably have a little better bite rate than I will. A small redfish. That's true, Ted. It was. I'm trying to think about. I'm thinking about your comment here, Inizums. Fishing Planet did a decent job. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing the Japanese ocean map on Fishing Planet. There were also some real frustrations to me, at least early. I don't know how much of it got fixed, but I just think that the fishing mechanics in Russian Fishing 4, for me personally, are so much more fun than Fishing Planet. Some of that basic stuff got in the way, but overall, I did have a really good time. The fact that you could troll multiple rods, you could be bottom fishing for like a huge whatever, and have something small out fishing, surface fish. Like some of that, yeah, that was very cool. I agree that like that part of it was cool, but I don't know. I can't do bottom fishing yet. Well, I mean, I think the only reason why we're doing the bottom fishing like we are, or the paternoster, is for the challenge. I think overall you probably would do better with what you're using. We'll see though. I don't know. Their main concern is to not break the economy. Yes, I think you're right, Gizmo, about the economy. I think the whole map was set up around one rod, right? Um, I just don't see. I don't know. I guess it would be pretty significantly different. Like if you could sit there with a bottom rod in, just waiting for a bigger fish to hit it in the rod stand, and still be like catching a bunch of sorry or saithe or mackerel or whatever, on another rod, you're getting that consistent income from the small setup, but then you're also hitting a big fish every once in a while on the big one. I don't know. It just seems so fun. That's the thing. I'm not really worried about the silver. It just sounds like it'd be so fun. Without challenge, I will never use those rigs. Well, especially when it's this slow. I mean, this feels very weird at Norway to be fishing this slow. That would be 2,000 silver per hour. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Bandar. I think you're probably right. And we want to be careful because, if I at my level can fish 2,000 silver per hour, then that sort of changes the way you're forced to look at prices in the store, which is going to make it feel even more overwhelming for someone who's level 32 and doesn't have access to like that insane silver. So I think balance is important. At the end of the day, I'm just saying, holy cow, that would be so fun, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what's best. I don't pretend to like know what's best. I'm just speaking about what sounds fun to me. You know what I mean? All right, a little safe. A little safe. Now some of this is gonna, I don't know, just be interesting to see what we can do here overnight. Man. He losing nothing. Yes. Like, I don't know if they've had a turnover. Oh, so they already had a field goal, and then they just got that long touchdown. You know, wake up. Chasing big fish and at the same time not dying of boredom. Yes, Gizmo. That's that sounds like a good time, doesn't it? At the end of the day, it's a game. Yeah, for sure. It's a game. It's meant to be fun and entertaining, and yet this is one of those like niche games that does sort of live somewhere on the spectrum towards simulation, more so than other games, or a lot of other games. So I don't know. It is, some of it is probably because of these limitations that made it, at least for like a week or so, did make it really fun to play that Japan map on Fishing Planet, because all of us is like, whoa, here I am in the ocean and I can troll with multiple rods. And I mean, like, you know, that was really cool. But there's other reasons why it's, for me at least, after a week or so, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Same type of zen as in Flight Simulator. Yeah, I've never been a flight simulator guy, but I imagine that's probably pretty accurate. Yeah, I agree with that, Gizmo. That is a big piece of it for me as well. Also, the RPG elements over here I think are just more interesting, and the fishing mechanics themselves. Ooh, Roman Rocks caught a tuna at 34. That's interesting. But yeah, randomness, like not being spreadsheet fishing, that goes pretty high on the list, doesn't it? Of the differences that makes it appealing. Okay, there's a redfish. Let's see what he came in on. That was the regular Gummy Mac again. So you're right, Friday. It looks like the better bite rate is on the Gummy Mac. The fire is what you caught the trophy, though. So it's tough to know what to do. We've got one Gummy Mac and 2 fires in at the moment. Another weekly black buffalo just came out, by the way. Those suckers must be killing it right now. Fishing Planet has cooldowns for fish. Oh yeah, the whole like skipping time thing. That stuff does drive me bonkers. Even just thinking about trying to like help new players understand how to approach it. It's just such a sort of confusing, weird mechanic in my opinion. Like you want to catch one unique of each of these types of carp, and then once you have that last unique, you want to fast forward 24 hours and reapply all of your. I mean, it's just like it's so rote and like routine of like these exact steps. It's like that spreadsheet idea. All right, what's the forum challenge they're talking about? Wild carp, huh? What are you getting for this? 20 gold, 5,000 silver, and 5 days premium. That's pretty nice. And you want one right at 2337? Is that correct? No, 2333. So how close have we gotten so far? Botsy's like all over it. 26. Ooh, Wizard very close. 22. 22.5. Is that slightly better for Cod Eyes? Can't see the weight on this one. 20. Oh, there's a second page. 22.8. I think that's the best one so far for Felipe, sorry. Yeah. Oh no. 23.3 alternative ego. Okay. Man, that's crazy. I think you'd have to put a lot of time in to try to top those at this point. That's pretty crazy. What would like to see most in RF4? Other than boat rod stands on the Seaboat? I think a Florida map. I think Florida map would probably be at my number one, because you would get the opportunity for bass fishing, which I just think that would draw in some more NA people for what that's worth. And you would also get more sea fishing potentially. So you could have a pretty amazing like multi-level map or something with Florida. So I don't know. That would be towards top of my wish list. There is part of me that would still like to see what they could do with fly fishing, but I don't know. It's been so long. You thought fly fishing looked very fun when I was playing Fisher Online? Yeah, they did a good job with it over there. I just, in my head at least, I think RF4 could do so much more with it. Oh yeah, Yama would be sick. Although Yama has gotten a lot better, it seems like lately, with still really good spin fishing, but also some really nice float fishing at Yama lately. Match rod stuff. But yes, I mean, Yama seems like it's begging for fly fishing, doesn't it? Malaya as well. Winding, parts of Tunguska. But, you know, that's the cool thing about fly fishing. You really could do fly fishing anywhere you wanted. You can do fly fishing on the ocean. Yeah, it's not bad, Tet. Um, let's see if we can trying to set it up where I can still see if I get a fish on. I wanted to see if I could quickly find a video of somebody fly fishing in the ocean. All right, I've muted it so we don't have to hear it, but all right, let's see you do it. Look at this big fly rod. This is going to be fun. So this is offshore. Of course, you can, you know, inshore is also a thing. Hold on. Oh shoot. Hold on. Let me pause our video here. Because this is no redfish. .7 drag. Did we get cusked? Oh, I like the way you think, Crazy Friday. Gizmo says small Hallie or big Cusk. Um, yes, it is very small Hallie if it's a Hallie. I'm not sure why I'm just like floating over here. Whatever. Draining our energy, whatever this is. Unfortunately, this is probably like a 9 kilo cusk, right? You know, we're chilling on these Vingas, but any size is gonna feel. I was hoping beyond hope there. It's only 7.9. This is where it's like, okay, you sure you don't want to switch to your big setup? Wait, where are we? We drifted? Nah, we're good. All right, so it ended up being a 7.9 haddock, by the way. All right, let's see what we've got here. Big setup won't pull it any faster. No, I just worry about like, okay, if a 8 kilo haddock felt like that, what if I do hit a what if I do hit a big Hallie? All right, so let's see how he does this fly fishing out here on the ocean. Oh, I think we're about to hit bottom actually. Let me make sure this is set up properly. Check 120. Yeah, I'm at 120, but I'll check sonar. Okay, I mean, they might be offshore fishing, but it looks like they've also found something that maybe the fish are coming up in the water to check out, like that thing over there. You can see swirls of fish. So what are they actually going to throw in there to fly fish with? Oh, they've got underwater cameras. That's awesome. Look at that fly. Hmm. The birds are fishing. Oh, they're not that far offshore. You can see the shore right there. Come on, catch a fish for us. Don't catch a bird, catch a fish. He sure got excited about that. Ooh! No way. Look at that. That was on a fly? That's awesome. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to regular stuff here. All right, so let's look at the sonar. Yeah, we're at 120. And what did that haddock come in on? The fire. The haddock, both haddocks have come in on the fires, by the way. That's interesting, kinda. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it's a good point, Tet. Graphics do look awesome, don't they? Let's see. Small redfish, small redfish. I'm just going to pull up whatever that website is that shows you, like, by species, what the top fish have been. RF4 stat or something like that. I want to just see if that indicates, like, any clues on if we should change one of these, maybe. We're going to specifically focus on small redfish. What's at the top here? Yeah, Super Gummy Mac 6002 or 8008. What would it be like to put 6002 on? Are we going to get smaller fish? I mean, it is a smaller size. 6002. C6? Yeah, for sure. 6002. We have the 8002. Oh, we have the 6002 as well. We could throw a green one in there. Maybe it's worth doing that. Let's wait for the next fish, and then we'll switch one of those out. Take one of those fires off and put a 6002 on there. I bet this will be another very small redfish. The only thing I would worry about with the 6002 is, like, will that increase our bite rate of small fish? Are we just going to spend more time going up and down for smaller fish? But we'll see. 60 is still pretty big size. We just need the right redfish. Probably cut down on the haddock if we take one of these fires off. Just keep one fire in for now. Let me see what, yeah, this is a decent little redfish. Let me see what you were using as your, so you had a red stick. Okay, I'm kind of using the same thing I am. Okay. So let's take off this one. Let's go to a green. And we're going to go to the 6002. And everything else will keep the same. Keep going. I guess we could have looked to see what this redfish came on. Yeah, that was the 8008. That's definitely been the best performing for redfish so far. Mackerels are extinct. Oh, you're trying to do dead fish? Not a good mackerel day? I don't know if they scored or not, but the Saints had it on the goal line, about to be third down. So they either scored or, I mean, something happened because they went to commercial, it looks like. So they held them to field goal. That's good. Well, the Falcons scored, and then the Saints got it back and took it all the way down to the... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, no. Yeah. No.
They scored another touchdown? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Tet. I mean, If I was going to do 3 of the same, if I'm going for redfish, then that's what I would do. The thing is, didn't Crazy Friday actually, was your trophy a redfish or like a small redfish? It wasn't, right? It was the other one of the other ones. I think. It's a decent fish, by the way. Oh, it was small. Okay, well, never mind. Let's see what this is and what it came in on. But you're right. That is an interesting idea, Tet. Hey, there's a pike. Another haddock. We are on the haddock. What was that? That was a fire again. So we're down to 1 fire, but we're still finding the haddock with it. That's all right. We don't mind some haddock. Just going to come with the territory, right? I'm going to keep this 6006 on until we at least catch 1 fish with it, and then we'll start thinking about if we want to change it. Because we could go 2 orange gummy and just 1 fire. That might be an interesting move of the slider in that direction. Boy, that hit it hard, whatever it was. I mean, it hit it and took it. You know, it wasn't like there was no chill in this fish. Just another haddock or something. Before I even like responded, it was already pulling pretty heavy. Oh, really? Crazy Friday? Okay. So the conger and the northern wolf. So there's a lot of the interesting fish coming in on the fire, but the redfish more consistent on the gummy mac, right? Seems like. Which is why at first I went 2 times fire, but what I realized is, you know, it's, I don't know, might be worth having some max on there too. This could be a ling as well. Yeah, yeah. I guess I don't necessarily know what a ling feels like on a Venga as much. On my big reel, I'm always having to catch up to him at first. But Venga does have a faster gear ratio than my Borealica, so might just feel a little different. whatever it was, it took off in the beginning. Been pretty consistent since then. I'm really curious to see what this is. It's like it feels different. I mean, it's such an inconsistent resistance that it's almost like it's causing the reel to skip rotations. Not quite fully skip them, but it's not pulling line. It's just such inconsistent back force against the. Definitely is not your average fish feel to it, at least. Ah, gotcha. That's why. That's why. Okay. Okay. That's why it felt so weird. 16.3 conger. What did we do? All right, there we go. You were just saying a conger. So far, no fish on the drop. Using this setup, we've yet to get a fish on the drop. All right, let's see what the conger came in on. You got it. Fire gummy eel. Yeah, that's the closest thing I was thinking too. This feels like a shark. But then again, it didn't exactly. It had a weird feel to it. So I'm with you though. I was like, is this a shark? I don't know. Interesting. I guess it's that time of day. 8 a.m. The fish are biting quick. So this might be our first fish on the new gummy mac we put on. But let's wait and see. It's very, very, very small, whatever this is. Ooh. Oh, it's baby haddock. That's too bad. All right, what did that come in on? Fire once again. The fire has such a good bite rate. Even with just one of them on there, that's catching the majority of the fish. So, it might be fun to go 3 fires just in terms of like crazy bite rate. I wonder what that might feel like. But might be a little harder to get the trophy redfish. I don't know. But that's what Crazy Friday caught it on. So maybe not. And you'd certainly get to see a lot of fish if it keeps up that bite rate. But we'll see. So we've got a little bit more wind right now, which is probably also good, moving this all around in the bottom. Our bite rate feels like it has picked up lately, but we'll see if it continues. Another micro haddock? I don't know. It's very, very small. Non-marker. Something probably. All right, let's see what that came in on. If it came in on, yeah, we're switching it. That's just one, but it's actually not been that good a bite rate, so I don't see keeping that on. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's put a second, like you were saying, let's put a second 8008 on there. That's a good question. All right, what are we doing? 8008. Gummy Mac 8008. Beautiful. 8008. And we'll use the bead on this one. Perfect. Go. I don't know which is better, 2 fires or 2 gummy max. Just depends on what you want to go for, I guess, but let's give this a shot. These lures must not be appealing at all as they're dropping through the water. We are not hitting them on the drop. Like, not even safe or anything. We've got that huge 1,000-gram weight on there, so they're dropping pretty quickly. We might need to move back down a little bit. I feel like it's getting a little bit more shallow here. You're not getting good silver right now? You think about switching it up or what? What level are you, my dog? 21? Gotcha. For what it's worth, I'm not getting good silver right now either, but I am catching small redfish. All right, let's see what this fella came in on. So that is the Gummy Mac 8.0. We'll try it here again. Like Commanders are trying to score right before halftime. Yeah. Oh. You're only getting perch between 50 and 400 grams. Thought something hit it there. Felt like it did, but guess it wasn't. Hey, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, that's Austin Eckler. Seems like a good dude. 200 silver left for your Fortuna carp. Oh, nice. You're almost there. Slow this time of day. Oh, let me see if I can find Cypher's YouTube. I don't even know if I know his YouTube. Let's see. Cipher RF4. If I do that, will it come up? No. Because I'm not spelling cipher right, but also because RF4 brings up all this like RuneScape stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I gotta go to his Twitch and see if he links it there. What's the trophy size for small? Actually, I don't even know, Tet. That's a great question. Do you think I should wait and get 2 or 3 HSV Fortuna carp or start to go for carp with 1? I would get 2. I wouldn't target carp too aggressively unless you have 2. It just might be waiting too long. Crazy Friday says 3. Blue trophy is 4. And a Zoom says 3. Okay, there we go. Beaked is 5.5 and Atlantic is 9. Ooh, wow. Yeah, an Atlantic trophy? That's not what I'm going to think it is if I catch an Atlantic trophy. I'm going to be thinking it's something else the whole way up, I guarantee you. Also, we're getting that you've been here more than an hour slowdown or something. Maybe not. I don't know. Not uploaded yet. Cipher -XX. Okay. Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure I was already following and would notice when it came up. Honestly. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Cipher -X9. We have a fish on. All right, I see it. So it doesn't look like he's done a ton with YouTube. Maybe that's why I wasn't sure about it. But anyway, hopefully he'll put it on that channel and get it up there pretty soon. I'm following now though. Yo, what's up, Mystic? You're looking forward to hearing it as well? Yeah, for sure, Laza. I'm so glad that they arranged that and did it. Little hake action on the Gummy Mac. Yeah, just corn for the F1s. What I did, Billy. I did not use boilies. I didn't try to see what that would do to include boilies as well. Yeah, it was good. It was good for me at least at Bucket. All right, let's see what we get here. Let's try to get at least one more in. See what it is. I'm gonna have to wrap it up pretty soon though. Get something to eat, relax a bit, watch the witching hour. You know, all the things. Crass bass, nice trophy bleak. Craspus. That's funny. Gunny literally asked any good bleak spots. Boom. Craspus has a trophy bleak. Main takeaways, Mystic says, no new content this year. Dang! No new content this year. So, whoa, Mystic. Does that mean the rest of this calendar year? Or are we talking about for the next year from now? Working on game engine, reconfirmed they will make maps outside of Russia. I mean, I feel like they already have, but I guess that's debatable. Zigrig working as intended, but due it being so complicated, they will tune it a little bit. Looked into fixing getting stuck soon this calendar year. Okay, good. Thank you for the update. So Florida is possible, you're saying? Zigrig is working as intended, but due to it being so complicated. Remind me again, what's so complicated about Zigrig? The different lengths of your leader? And all of the combinations of different flavors and colors, I guess? Is that what we're saying? I mean, I'm not saying it's simple, but so complicated? Weather conditions, leader link, zig combinations, etc. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, that doesn't sound like any more complicated than the rest of carp fishing. So, for some reason, either we haven't been able to figure it out in the same way that we have other rig types, with some exceptions, or maybe it does need to be tuned a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, if you unlock Zigrig at Copper, it's not that it's not worth trying, because that's part of the fun of this game is like trying new stuff. But I haven't seen consistency with the Zigrig to get like decent results. It's hard getting all those things right together in order for it to work. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe so. Maybe we are thinking about something wrong and we just, as a community, we haven't gotten there, but we could tell you how it works, but we won't. You need to figure out how it works yourself. I mean, I think that's cool. And, you know, maybe a few people, maybe a group of people will take it upon themselves to like really put the time in and try to find some better consistency with it. But I think for the average player, when you've only got so much time, where's the motivation to do all of that experimentation going to come from when Copper is so good without it, right? Where's the motivation going to come from? Ooh, nice, Goros. A blue trophy orangey was caught on Zigrig 2 days ago. Nice. Nice. I mean, that's great, and I hope Zigrig becomes amazing. Yeah, that's a lot of silver. It's true. Good point, Tet. What's up, Gray Fox? Yeah, Discord, what about it? You looking for the link or did you put something in there? What's going on? Did you send me a message? What's going on? Discord, you said. All right, I'm not seeing a message. Hey, we got a bite. Well, this needs to be a squid at this size. Looking for the link? Well, there you go. Improving in-game comps. Getting bigger? Yes, that's exactly right. 691. Okay, interesting. I've not thought about improving in-game comps. I guess we've talked about a couple of times, like some different wrinkles that we'd like to throw in, like having a second and third place prize, stuff like that. But for me, that wouldn't be super high on the priority list, but that's cool. That is sad that at least for the calendar year, that there will be no new maps, and I could be wrong, but what I suspect is that means we probably won't get a new map or new content for the first quarter of the next year either. I mean, if they're already owning the fact that we won't get new content for quarter 4 of 24, I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and said we're not going to get new content first quarter 25 either. I don't know if y'all agree or disagree, but it always feels like there's a 2 or 3 month buffer when they start talking about wait, did I not say quarter 125? I suspect there will not be new content quarter 125 if they're saying no new content quarter 424. Main thing they're focused on is the engine. Yeah, well, that's great. I mean, I'm okay with being patient for the improvements to the engine. If chat can get going again, we have more consistency. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm predicting that the next content will come out quarter 2 25, based on what y'all told me from yesterday. Which that means, what does that mean? Earliest April, more like June. Hope I'm wrong. But if good work is done on the engine and all that between now and then that's okay. Suppose it's just a long time to go without something new. The adding new fish species to the old lakes and rivers and stuff, I mean, that can be cool too. I mean, it sounds like earlier people were saying there was some talk of continuing to do some small changes here and there to the old content, and that's fine. That can be exciting, at least in its own way. Yeah, that's right. We've got challenges to look forward to. As long as there's new prizes particular for this year's challenges, that's one thing that I think would be important. Like, you want each year to have some really cool cosmetic prizes. Like, you know, they did that really cool light last year. The lamp, they did the unique bells for bottom fishing. Some gear that had its unique skins on there. My hope would be they don't just rerun the same prizes. Even if they're similar, I just hope they'll have their own feel to it for this year. But I think the challenges are cool, and that does get you focused on different things. We'll be fishing in different water bodies than what we normally do. So that's good. Good for some people, at least. I know not everyone loves them. Lots of good questions in chat were not answered. What do you mean, Guros? Stuff for wall trophies and houses? You have an example? More variety? Okay, I got you. I hope they don't put a zig rig challenge. Hey, maybe that's how we'll figure it out, Tet. That zig rig challenge. Is there a website or anything that helps with different skill tree choices? I don't know if that's. I don't know that there is, Fatal. like what I assume you're looking for. I'm just not sure. Unfortunately, you probably have to watch, videos to get people's opinions on it. I don't know if anyone in written form has really like described all of the strategies for what to choose when. Yeah, so the event should be I agree, Big Drock. I agree with what Big Drock just said. That's a good point. The event, if I remember correctly, didn't the challenges start like right around Christmas Day or close to it, and then went for a while after that? Yeah, if you're talking about what skills share with other skills, that is on the Blunty sheet. Good point. Big Drock says questions were not fully answered, but they said they were vague on some things. That's always been the RF4 way. Boy, we've called 2 in a row of these. I guess I'll go one more. I was gonna call it, but we'll go one more. I understand why they do it. Those redfish are hideous. I love it, especially the small ones. Don't you think the small ones look the worst? Like, it just looks so sickly to me. Yeah, it does get expensive to start changing your skills after you've used the free when fatal. So I encourage you to be slow for the reset. Pick different people's brains that you trust, people that've been around for a long time. Do a little research. It's okay. Like, I don't think skills are so important that it's better to be slow and kind of informed than to feel like there's pressure because it makes a huge difference or something. The crab is scary. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that'd be nice, Lion. Once a year, everybody gets a free reset. And if that was the case, then you could just encourage people to use their reset whenever they wanted to, because if you're going to be really into this game for a while, then a year is actually not that long in the big scheme of things. In the past, we used to have resets a lot more often because so much of the content early changed those skill points and stuff dramatically. We've been pretty stable for a while now. So unless they come out with a new type of fishing or really overhaul some of the systems, we may not get those free reskills anymore. Or for another opinion, Big Drock says there's a reset on skills with every major update. Happens every year or two. Yeah, we'll see. We need fly fishing? Yeah, exactly. We need fly fishing for a free reset. For skills, it's good to know if you have to make a choice between spinning and cast or conventional. Yeah, and it's hard to know that till you get to a little higher level and decide like which direction you're going with certain things. Do we even know what percent bonus skills add? I mean, we just know what it says in the skill, and then we know the developers in the past have answered some questions. They've like refocused our attention on how important the percent to the actual fishing type is versus a skill in a percent, like skill points in a particular rig type. As they heard the way we talked about things, they sort of corrected us and says that we were kind of overemphasizing the rig type skill bonuses for trophies and not acknowledging how important just like skill percentages in your overall bottom fishing. That somehow that makes a bigger difference than we were realizing. So you can look through the FAQs, see if you can like get some information from some of what the devs have said in the past, but it's hard. Fly fishing would actually be so fun. Bring back chat and indicator on happy hour. And you're happy. Oh man, 34 has been some good pollock lately, so this cafe order should be good if you're fishing at 34. I actually don't know. Let's double check this. It's probably closer than usual. So 3 haddock. Yeah, we still want to do the cafe order, but unfortunately, it's just not as good of a percentage because of how big the haddock were that we caught. But we'll still take it. So 130 plus 343. So not that much silver on the sea today, but it's what you get when you're targeting something like this redfish challenge. It's still not terrible though. I mean, you know, you can't really complain. We'll take it. Got to put our time in now. Just got to put our time in. Okay, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go get something to eat, chill for a bit. Thank y'all for hanging out. Percent in fishing is more important than allocated skill points. I wouldn't worry so much about them. I agree with what Big Drock says. What is that silver, bro? Oh. All right, y'all are the best. Thanks for the support. I'll see you again soon. Tight lines, everybody. Yeah, thank you for being here.